This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for Monday, 10th of September 2018. Here's what we're tracking. The fire service was called to the scene of a tragic fire in West Rheinveld late on Sunday night, where they discovered the badly burned, lifeless body of a man who has been identified as Christopher Bramble, also known as Harry. Police investigators are treating the case as murder. Neighbors gathered on the scene explained that the man and his wife lived in a very abusive relationship, but he was the victim. It is suspected that the wife, after beating the man who might have been drunk, set fire to the house from the inside. Persons who rushed to the scene after seeing the fire said the door to the small wooden cottage was padlocked and chained. They managed to break out a few boards from the side of the house to gain access. Although some reported that they heard the man screaming for help, his reputed wife, Joel Coates, told them she was the only one in the house. They pulled her to safety. However, her husband's charred body was found among the debris when the fire was extinguished. The woman had several burns about the body and has since been admitted to the hospital. She did not say much after being pulled from the blaze, but neighbors expressed outrage and explained to investigators that the woman was always abusive to the man. He was reportedly stabbed by her once and was also beaten on several occasions, but he stayed in the relationship. An upset friend of the man who turned up on the scene said he repeatedly told the man to leave the woman, but he stayed with her. He said it was hard to believe that Harry was now dead. Police and fire investigators are expected to return to the scene this morning to continue their probe. More news in a moment.
We can do more with love. We can share strength with love. We can sail off to something beautiful. Yeah, all I need is more of you. All you need is more of me. Our love is all that we need. Yeah, I wanna love, wanna love, wanna love, wanna love, wanna love you right. Gotta let her love, let her love, let her love, let her love for the coldest nights. I wanna love, wanna love, wanna love, wanna love, wanna love you right. Gotta let her love, let her love, let her love, let her love for the coldest nights. So can we?
Welcome back. The Guyana Venezuela border controversy, which is currently before the International Court, is expected to be part of the discussions when Foreign Minister Carl Greenidge meets with the UN Secretary General in New York during the annual UN General Assembly later this month. It was the UN Secretary General who earlier this year referred the border controversy issue to the International Court of Justice.
The General Assembly will also have an opportunity for us to speak to the Secretary General, or for the Secretary General to have a session with the head of delegation of Guyana, at which we will discuss developments in relation to the controversy, following his decision to have the matter referred to the ICJ.
At a press conference this morning, Foreign Minister Carl Greenidge said the General Assembly will provide the opportunity for the border issue to be raised.
One of the requirements is to ensure that when we find them, because of the length of the borders and the fact that people don't move at the official crossing points for all sorts of reasons, the challenge is really to find them and to establish the status so that they can get the necessary health care. And we've been working on that since last year in conjunction with the Regional Health Agency and the Brazilians. Now, that obviously is not a complete coverage, and we would like to be able to work with all of our neighbors to ensure that that health aspect is covered.
Venezuela is currently experiencing widening economic and political problems that has forced thousands of its citizens to flee the country. Over a few months, scores of Venezuelans have crossed over into Guyana's Barima-Waini region seeking help in Guyana. That issue is also expected to be discussed at the UN General Assembly. The foreign minister said the government of Guyana has no intention to relax border laws, but will closely monitor the situation. Guyana joined the rest of the world today in observing World Suicide Prevention Day. In a message, Minister of Public Health Bolder Lawrence said although the suicide rate in Guyana remains high, it has reduced over the years. She explained that 4 years ago, Guyana's suicide rate stood at 44.2 for every 100,000 people. That number has now fallen to 24.6 for every 100,000 people. In her message, Minister Lawrence said there is a need for more cooperative work to be done to take on that problem. The health minister added that the Public Health Ministry will be rolling out a number of programs that will target those persons who might be in a depressed state. A self-harm surveillance project is to be launched at hospitals across the country. The health minister said there could be no letting up in the efforts to tackle the suicide problem in Guyana. The Guyana Teachers Union had asked that all teachers return to duty today in keeping with the agreement to move the salary dispute issue to arbitration. Tomorrow, the GTU and the Ministry of Education will meet to finalize the terms of reference for the arbitration process. GTU President Mark Light has said the union wants an impartial chairman of the arbitration panel. He believes that the two sides should look outside of Guyana for such a person. Light said the union has always been ready for arbitration. The outcome of the arbitration will be binding to both sides. The Education Ministry has also indicated its readiness for arbitration, which could begin as soon as agreement is reached on the terms of reference and a panel identified. 4 persons who were in a car last evening when it was stopped and searched by police officers are in custody this evening. Their arrest followed the discovery of an unlicensed pistol with 4 live rounds, which was in the possession of the driver, who is a 47-year-old resident from Plaisance. In a statement, the police said the search took place just before 11 last night on the railway embankment at Le Bon Intention. The other 3 occupants of the car are all known to law enforcement, having appeared previously before the courts on various criminal charges. The investigation is ongoing tonight. And that's your evening news bulletin for tonight. I'm Alana Bose. Thanks for watching.